Welcome back everyone to my next tabletop deep dive, a series of videos where I look at different systems or mechanics within games that I think are outstanding and really make the game shine. Today, I'm going to be looking at Formula D and two specifically distinct mechanics at play within this game that I think are exceptional. So let's get straight into it with the first one, which is the gearbox player board. Now, as in real life, when you want your car to go faster, you move up to your higher gears. And in this game, it's executed perfectly through this system where you have to move your gear up one stage at a time. And the higher you go, the higher the dice that you get to roll. So in the initial first gear, you start off rolling the lowest dice, which is a 4-sided dice. You then move up into second gear and you're rolling a 6-sided dice, and then it moves up to the stage 3 gear, which allows you to have an 8-sided dice. And then 4th, 5th and 6th gear respectively continue to increase in this following trend, going up to a 10-sided, 12-sided and 20-sided dice. So as you move up the gears, the potential amount of movement that you can have for your car drastically increases. And you will then have the chance to outrun and outmaneuver your opponents by having more speed. But there will be times, of course, when you need to be in those lower gears. You need a slower speed, such as avoiding collisions with the other players on the board, or preparing for the upcoming corner by slowing your car down fast enough so that you can get around it. This game replicates being a driver very, very well because you need to manage those speeds accordingly. As for the corners, you'll need to approach them with some caution. You'll need to slow down and make sure that you're in the right gear to get around it, to prevent you from crashing into the actual barriers themselves. It's a very effective system within the game, and it's a masterful piece of design work that I really appreciate. I'm very impressed with it, and I think it's an outstanding quality of this game. I don't think I've played any other racing game that encapsulates the importance of managing your speed like Formula D does through your gear system. And this leads us on to the second part of the game that I really like. And every single corner on the board presents the information that you need very, very clearly. The large number will tell you how many times you've got to stop within that boundary, within that red zone, the corner itself. You've got the maximum and minimum amount of spaces you could traverse that corner. It actually gives you that information. So you know, for example, the one that I will hopefully photograph is Anthony No's corner. You can see that the maximum amount of spaces that it could go for is 6 spaces. Or the minimum, if you're on the inside lane, is 2. But you've still got to make sure that you stop the required amount of times within those corners themselves. Otherwise, you could total your car and take yourself out of the race. That's such a very well implemented mechanic that makes sure that people don't just zoom off into the distance. There is a challenge they have to get through without crashing their car, giving chance for other people to catch up, and it feels thematic. It fits the theme. Your first, second, third gear are still going to be important later in the game. You're not just going to be flying around the board in the 5th and 6th gear, and make sure that you use all of the gears of your car at the right time. When you get to the straight, that's the time to put your foot down and go into 6th gear. But when you're coming up on a very tight corner where you've got to stop at least 3 times, you've got to make sure you're going in at the right pace. And I personally enjoy that challenge. I enjoy plotting. Am I able to stop the right amount of times to actually meet the requirements of this bend, this upcoming turn? Am I able to pull it off? And there's been times where I've been going so fast that I've had to actually slam the brakes on, because in this game, the mechanic of your gears is you can only move up 1 every turn. However, you can drop down as many as you want. And in these instances, I was going too fast for the corner. I had to literally drop down multiple gears right down to a slow speed so that I could only just make it round. And in some cases, I was going so fast around the corner, I had to drop into first gear just to stop the right amount of times to prevent me from colliding. And that's exactly how it should be. Like when I play a computer game or like in real life, if you go into the corner with too much acceleration and you're not able to pull off the turn right, then you obviously need to drop your speed a lot to actually counteract your failed anticipation of the turn. You can't just career around at full speed. And so those are the two things that I think stand out about this title. I'm massively impressed with them. they are mechanics that always stand out to me. So I'll be doing some more deep dives soon. I've got a couple of games in mind already. I'm trying not to do it to every single title I own. I just want to do the ones that I feel deserve the spotlight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.